I've owned a guitar for over 5 years now. It's travelled around with me from 5 house moves, always being delicately transported and properly stored, and I've even paid to have it restrung once. You'd be forgiven then, given all that, for thinking that I can actually play the guitar, which in fact I absolutely cannot, a fact which several people who've tried to teach me can attest to. I'll pick it up for a bit every so often, try and learn a bit more, but I'll always eventually end up putting it down. And it's not because I don't love the music, or I find that playing it is boring, or even that I can't make time for it. It's because I look at the huge process of learning to play the guitar and think this 1 hour of learning is so tiny in the grand scheme, it's not even going to make a dent. What difference is what I do today really going to do? And it's all too easy to feel like that at the moment, with all the pain and suffering and the need around us. To be overwhelmed by what we see on the news, what we hear from others, and wonder if there's any difference our little bit can really make. There's a famous story that a lot of you may know, but I think it's good to remind us of, about a boy on a beach. After a storm, there are thousands of starfish washed up on this beach, and there's a boy there throwing them back into the sea one by one before the sun gets too hot and they die. A man comes up to the boy and tells him that with thousands of starfish there, he won't make much of a difference. But the boy picks up another starfish and throws it back into the ocean, and he says, "It makes a difference to that one." And it's that value that I want to help and remind us of today. We can't do everything by ourselves. We can't heal everyone, help everyone who's in pain. But any act of support, any act of kindness to anyone who is in need makes a difference. And it's a difference that we can all make. There are so many practical examples of people helping one another right now and giving to one another. But there's also so much loneliness and isolation right now. Maybe for you that difference that you're making looks like picking up the phone and checking in on someone who might be struggling, or maybe someone that you haven't spoken to for a while. It might even just look like bringing someone else to mind and asking God to comfort them and care for them in their situation. There's a difference that we can be making every day. Jesus tells us a story in the Bible, in the book of Luke, about a shepherd who has 100 sheep. One of them wanders off, as sheep are prone to do, and the shepherd leaves the other 99 sheep to go and find the lost one and return it to be with the others. There's so much value in what is done for just one person. So we may not be able to solve all of the world's problems today, now, for everyone, but rather than focusing on the many and potentially the feeling of being overwhelmed, can I encourage us all to remember the value of each person, each act of kindness, and the difference that all of us can make. Thanks, and take care.